Another round of applause for Vasu Jain. He's here with us. And a big welcome to his parents and Vasu for gracing us at the occasion. Sit down, children. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome. Good morning, everyone. I extend a hearty welcome to our Managing Director, Dr. Manoj. It is under your guidance that we get good opportunities to own our talent and meet new people, which help us to develop our personalities and learn new things. We are indeed grateful to you, sir. I would like now to welcome Sir with a salute.
Please stand up, everyone. Give a big hand. Welcome, sir, once again.
I feel elated to inform you that our alumnus Vasu Jain, batch 2013, has cleared the UPSC Civil Service Examination 2020 and secured 67th rank, securing another feather to the cap of Lovely Public Senior Secondary School. Our school feels honored to welcome you, sir. A dedicated person like you serves as a role model to all of us here, and we are pleasured to have you with us today. Your exquisite, extraordinary, and diligent personality inspires us all. I would like our Managing Director to welcome our guest with his hand. We also welcome Vasu sir's parents, his uncle Satish Jain and his mother Babita Jain. I would like Shilpa ma'am to present them with us.
Welcome to both of you.
Congratulations, ma'am.
We present our warmest and heartiest congratulations to your family and friends and wish you the best for your future endeavors. I would like to hand the mic to Shilpa ma'am for further proceedings.
Thank you very much, dear. It's really a great opportunity and to have such an intelligent and hard-working child here again. I will still call him child because that is how I saw him when he was in school, I think in 2013, Vasu, if I'm not wrong. He passed out from school and I had the opportunity of teaching him English in his class. He was also the head boy of our school at that time, and so you can understand that how good he must have been in every field that he was chosen as the head boy. There was a whole procedure of choosing a head boy during those days, and the lockdown has stopped all that. But Vasu was one of those who was very active and always present for anything that was required. He had come down to the senior department with a very good background from the secondary department, and teachers remember him to be a very diligent, hard-working and painstaking boy, and always very respectful. Even today, the humility and the respect that he had then for his teachers is still present when we came to know about his achievement, and he was kind enough to speak to us and reply to our messages, although we had lost touch with Vasu since 2013 because everybody gets busy in their lives, and Vasu was actually very busy because he had got admission in Gujarat in Law College, National Law University, Gujarat, and he was busy becoming a lawyer. And out of the blue, he thought of giving the UPSC, and see, here he is today. It is his hard work, dedication, his diligence, all that has paid good dividends. And UPSC is not a very easy exam to clear. For those who are aware, you have to work very hard for that exam. You have to clear 3 levels and also an interview, which includes an interview, which is one of the toughest of the levels. And Vasu has managed to clear all that and score a whooping 67th rank, which is a great achievement. A big round of applause to him. And as he has chosen to be an IAS, he has been given that services. He could have gone to ITS, he could have become an Indian Foreign Services also, but he wanted to serve his motherland and he chose the Indian Administrative Services. So now Vasu will study for Indian Administrative Services for a year or two, and then he'll be awarded a cadre. I hope he gets something close to Delhi so he is nearby to his house and to all of us. So it is a good opportunity that he is here, and now I would like to hand over the mic to our sir so that we can continue with the proceedings.
It gives me immense pleasure to welcome my own boy in the school who has brought laurel for us. Yes, Vasu Jain. I am really proud of today for your achievements. I still remember you as a smart head boy of our school who was so responsible, soft-spoken and with excellent leadership qualities. The spark of determination and hard work could be seen in your eyes then itself when you were in school. When you scored 100% marks in engineering graphics, you have made us proud. Your dedication, respect for elders, love for parents have made proud to us today. You deserve what you have achieved. Our blessings are with you today and forever. I wish you all the best for your future. I hope the way you have made us proud, you will make our country proud also. You will be shouldering a great responsibility, and I wish you a life to be for all the noble causes of our nation, and all the best. And I'm very happy that our student has got selected in UPSC and he has served the nation and with a great noble cause, and he has shouldered the great responsibility. तो हमें बहुत खुशी है कि हमारे स्कूल का एक स्टूडेंट है जिसने UPSC सिविल सर्विस क्लियर की है, and he is among you. Give a big round of applause to Vasu Jain. And he can achieve this success. You can also. Today we have invited him so that he can inspire you to join the UPSC civil service, our very prestigious services. And everything is possible if you do hard work, commitment, and dedication. Today he will share his secret how to achieve, how to crack UPSC civil services. Now I hand over mic to the further proceeding.
Thank you, sir. And now a small welcome to Vasu Jain from his juniors.
Tत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य
That was a wonderful rendition. And now it is the time we all have been waiting for.
Hindi prayer.
Okay, sorry.
Join your hands everyone for Hindi prayer. कितनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता है.
You all know the prayer, please. Everybody
Everyone
listen.
knows. You all have to recite.
Even
Join your
the
hands everyone.
lyrics are there, so they can see also.
You can check lyrics also, but you have to sing. Recite together. हमें देना दाता. Louder everyone. बोलो.
इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे कि क्या है. पूर्ण खुशियों के बातें सभी को, सबका जीवन भी बन जाए मधुबन. अपनी करुणा पैदल तू बहा के, कर दे पावन हर एक मन का कोना. हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना. इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना.
We
Group
also
service
have
here. Are you ready for that song?
motivation song.
Yes.
One motivational song is there, children. Everybody
Children.
will sing. It's a very lovely song.
You have to join that song and enjoy also beside that. चलिए start.
उजाला नहीं
I think this song is very appropriate for Mr. Vasu Jain because it is the third attempt. He didn't give up on the first attempt, second attempt, and he cleared the UPS exam in the third attempt. He never gave up. He is Rai who keep on continuously walking and got the success. Now I invite Mr. Vasu Jain to share his journey from school to how he achieved the success in UPSC Civil Service exam. Give a big round of applause to Mr. Vasu Jain. Now I invite him to share his journey.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I have been a student of this school since my nursery class, and the love, the support, the guidance which I received in this school has been tremendous. So whenever we become successful, whether me or any other person, you will see he going to his school or alma mater. He must have been associated with many institutions, Maidway School, coaching institutes or other institutions. But आप हमेशा देखोगे एक इंसान चाहे वो president तक बन जाए, he used to visit his school. So what is this? What is so special about any school? School जब हम school में हो, when we are at school, जब मैं भी school में था, we don't used to acknowledge this part. हम ऐसा बोलते थे school जाना पड़ेगा, ये सब होता था. But when we have completed our school education, when we have reached certain level, we remember our school very fondly. तो कुछ तो बात होगी ऐसे स्कूल में जो हम स्कूल आने मतलब इतने सालों बाद भी स्कूल से जुड़े रहते हैं. पढ़ाई एक चीज है, but that is not the only thing we get in a school. हम बोलते हैं school lays our foundation. हमारी बुनियाद तैयार करता है. तो what is that बुनियाद, that foundation? It is not the education, it is not the textbooks which we read in the school. It is the values which we get in the school. It is the character which get built in the school. I'll share some experiences of mine, जिनकी वजह से I am saying this कि my character, my values have been shaped by Lovely Public Senior Secondary School. Whenever जब मैं 7th class, जब UT टेस्ट होते थे, 30 नंबर का हमारा टेस्ट होता था. It was the SST test, SST examination, और मैम से गलती से आधा नंबर मेरे को ज़्यादा कैलकुलेट कर दिया था. So I was supposed to get 29 out of 30, but she gave me 29.5. And at that time all my friends said पागल है कि क्यों मैम के पास जा रहा, आधा नंबर क्यों कटवा रहा है, तेरे फुल में से फुल हो जाएंगे. But I was like no, I'll go to the ma'am and tell her कि मैम आपने ज़्यादा दे दिया है. So that was a decision of mine. But when I approached the ma'am, the way she handled it, she was like, I'm giving you half mark extra for your honesty. So at that time the value which she taught me was honesty. अगर आप सच्चे होते हो, you get rewarded. वो आधा नंबर मेरे को चाहे शुरू में गलती से मिला हो, but in the end the ma'am offered that half a mark for my honesty, and that honesty has been built in me from that times. इसी तरह second time ऐसा मेरे साथ हुआ whenever in my 9th class, मैथ्स का पेपर था, कॉमन मैथ. Again at that time मेरे को थोड़े मार्क्स ज़्यादा गलती से दिए गए थे. It was around 4 to 5 marks which were extra in the calculation. Again I went there. Now you appreciate the beauty of the class of the teacher. Now she was like 11th class, 9th class में, it is not just about me, it is not just about my honesty, it is about the whole class. अगर मेरे को 4 मार्क्स ज़्यादा मिल रहे हैं, I might be securing the first rank, जो कि किसी और को मिलनी चाहिए. तो she was not like कि I'll award you directly for your honesty. She was like I will ask everyone else. तो she asked the whole class कि by mistake मैंने इन्हें 4 नंबर ज़्यादा दे दिए हैं. What do you think? कम करना चाहिए, बढ़ाना चाहिए, क्या करना चाहिए? So at that time the value which she taught me was कि अगर if there because of your decision other people are getting affected, you need to consult them. सिर्फ आपका डिस्कशन नहीं चलेगा, सिर्फ आपकी मन मतलब आपका it is not your decision which is going to take place. You have to consult everyone else. So वहाँ पे democratic process की जो foundation थी, value थी, वो वहाँ पे मैंने सीखी. So इसी तरीके से एक स्कूल में हमें छोटी-छोटी चीजें सिखाई जाती हैं. लेक्चर तो आपको बहुत मिलेंगे, बहुत सारे टीचर्स बताएंगे, स्कूल के बाहर आपको बहुत लेक्चर मिलेंगे कि ऑनेस्टी क्या होती है, डिसीजन मेकिंग कैसे किया जाता है, व्हाट इज हार्ड वर्क, बट दीज आर द स्मॉल थिंग्स विच इज लर्न इन एन स्कूल, जो हम चाहे उस टाइम पे रिकॉग्नाइज ना कर पाए, बट कहीं ना कहीं वो आपके अंदर रह जाती हैं, जो आपको बाद में याद आती है, एंड देन यू चेरिश देम. एक और इंसिडेंट है, आई वाज इन माय 11th क्लास 2011, इट इज अबाउट 2011. एट दैट टाइम दिल्ली में अन्ना आंदोलन वाज टेकिंग प्लेस. यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड अबाउट इट. अन्ना आंदोलन, द जन लोकपाल एक्ट agitation which was taking place. So बिना जाने, without knowing much about it, छुट्टी के टाइम पे मैंने गेट पे, स्कूल के गेट पे चौक से लिख दिया अन्ना. एंड जस्ट वही उस टाइम पे तो नया नया जोश है, 2011 की बात है, हमें लगता है हम भी क्रांतिकारी मानेंगे, विल डू दोस थिंग्स. तो मैंने भी गेट पे लिख दिया चौक से अन्ना. एंड हमारी एक टीचर होती है प्रियंका झा मैम, शी नेवर टॉट मी, बट स्कूल में थी वो उस टाइम पे, तो शी कॉट तो शी कॉट मी. एंड उनका जो लाइक द एटीट्यूड, आप तो शायद जानते होंगे, उनका एटीट्यूड बहुत ही गुस्से वाला है. हम उनसे बहुत डरते थे, मतलब कभी उन्होंने पढ़ाया नहीं मुझे, बट डर तो उनसे लगता ही था. उन्होंने देख लिया, शी कॉट मी, एंड नेचुरल रिएक्शन वुड हैव बीन टू स्कोल्ड मी, डांटती, बोलती क्या गंदा कर रहे हो, क्या फालतू की चीजें कर रहे हो स्कूल में. बट शी डिडंट स्कोल्ड मी, शी डिडंट स्कोल्ड मी, शी टुक इट इन अ वेरी पॉजिटिव मैनर. शी कॉल्ड मी, तो वो मेरे को क्लासरूम के अंदर लेके गई. शी जस्ट आस्क्ड मी दिस कि आपने कुछ वर्ड लिखा गेट पे, क्या है वो. प्रियंका मैम से सबको डर ही लगता है ना. मैंने कहा मैम सॉरी मैम, गलती हो गई. नहीं मैम मैंने कुछ नहीं लिखा. नहीं आपने एक वर्ड लिखा है, व्हाट इज दैट. मैंने कहा अन्ना. शी आस्क्ड मी व्हाई. शी डिडंट स्कोल्ड मी इवन अ लिटिल बिट ऑन दैट इंसिडेंट. इट इज अ न्यूसेंस, अगर आप करोगे जनरली डांट पड़ेगा, बट शी डिडंट स्कोल्ड मी. शी आस्क्ड मी व्हाई. She entered into a debate discussion with me कि अच्छा आपने अन्ना लिखा, बट उसका मतलब क्या है, लोकपाल से आप क्या समझते थे. एंड she just entered into a discussion with me, and there were 2-3 incidents जहाँ पे मैं ऐसे speechless हो गया. I didn't have any answer. She just made me realize कि my thinking has been very shallow. बिना कुछ सोचे समझे मैंने एक डिसीजन ले लिया, मैंने एक साइड ले ली कि दिस साइड इज वेरी गुड. आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि वो दूसरी साइड सपोर्ट करे थे, कुछ और साइड सपोर्ट करे. शी वाज जस्ट टेलिंग मी कि इफ यू आर टेकिंग एनी स्टैंड, इफ यू आर फॉर्मिंग एनी ओपिनियन, फॉर्म इट ऑन फैक्ट्स, फॉर्म इट ऑन सम लॉजिकल कंक्लूजन. ऐसे हवा में बात, औरों की बात सुन के कुछ अपना ओपिनियन मत बनाओ. सो दीस आर बीन सम थिंग्स व्हिच लेज अ फाउंडेशन. सो वहाँ पे उन्होंने मेरे को अहमियत सिखाई क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग की. नॉट जस्ट गोइंग बाय द मीडिया में जो बातें चल रही, जिसके बेसिस पे हम आजकल, तो ये बहुत रेलेवेंट है, जिसके बेसिस पे हम अपना ओपिनियन बना लेते हैं विदाउट नोइंग द एक्चुअल ट्रूथ. तो ऐसी ऐसी जो छोटी छोटी चीज़ें हम देखते हैं हमारे स्कूल लाइफ में, आपके साथ भी हुई होंगी, तो वो हमारा कैरेक्टर शेप करती हैं, वो हमारे डेस्टिनी शेप करती हैं. पढ़ाई तो लाइक यू ऑल मस्ट बी स्टडिंग, यहाँ पे स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं, देन यू मस्ट बी टेकिंग सम कोचिंग्स या ट्यूशन. 80% ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स वुड बी गोइंग टू ट्यूशंस. बट स्कूल की जो अहमियत होती है वो इसी से होती है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम द academics, they taught you these small things in very tacit manner. एक्सप्रेसली नहीं बताएंगे, एक्सप्रेसली लेक्चर हो जाएंगे बट वो समझ नहीं आएगा, बट टैसिटली वो चीज़ें ऐसे शेप हो जाएंगी. एंड दिस इज व्हाई स्कूल बिकम्स इम्पोर्टेंट. एंड नाउ व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग दिस टू यू. You are in 10th and 11th. So in a year or two you would be writing various examinations, college के लिए या फिर board के exam लिखने वाले होंगे. So why is this foundation which I'm talking about, the values which I'm talking about, is relevant to you? Because when you would be writing the examinations, उस time को आपको समझ आएगा कि apart from the preparation, apart from the hard work which you have put it into academics, into the studying, there is something else which pushes you towards your destiny. तैयारी, मैं हमेशा ये चीज बोलता हूँ, when you are studying that is 70% 60%, but बाकी 30% 40% will not be determined, will not be a product of your hard work into books. वो book से नहीं आएगा 30-40%, वो आएगा how do you manage yourself, how do you keep yourself during, especially during those examination hours. So अभी आप कई लोग if you are in science student आप JEE लिखोगे, some would be writing DU-JET or other aptitude examination, कोई CLAT लिखेगा after 2 or 3 years. So तैयारी आप करेंगे, you would be practicing for around 1 year, you would be practicing daily for around 5 to 6 hours or even 8 hours. That would build your base, that would build your confidence. But if you really want to get selected, तो वहाँ पे एक चीज़ जब बहुत काम आती है वो होता है how do you handle yourself during those 2 hours या 3 hours जितना का भी duration of the examination. चक दे इंडिया के एक बहुत फेमस डायलॉग है ना, वो 70 मिनट आपके जिंदगी से कोई नहीं छीन सकता, उसी तरह वो 2 घंटे आपकी जिंदगी से कोई नहीं छीन सकते. बट आपको उन 2 घंटों में आप कैसे परफॉर्म करते हो वो बहुत रेलेवेंट होगा. हाउ डू कीप योरसेल्फ काम, आप अपने आप को शांत उन 2 घंटों में कैसे रख पाओगे, बिकॉज द प्रेशर वुड बी इमेंस ऑन यू. आपको ऐसा लगेगा कि जो बोर्ड एग्जाम आप लिखने जा रहे हो, जो एंट्रेंस एग्जाम आप लिखने जा रहे हो, दैट वुड शेप योर डेस्टिनी, दैट वुड बी एटलीस्ट एट दिस स्टेज दैट वुड बी योर लाइफ. अगर ये नहीं हो तो पता नहीं क्या हो जाएगा. तो दैट प्रेशर वुड बी इमेंस ऑन यू. सो उस प्रेशर को आप कैसे हैंडल करोगे? वो प्रेशर हैंडल होता है वो जो आपका फाउंडेशन बिल्ड हुआ है, वो जो आपके वैल्यूज आपके अंदर इनकलकेट हुए उस चीज से. When you can trust yourself, your school, your teachers and your preparation, वो जब चीजें आपके अंदर आएगी, when you are able to acknowledge and respect this fact, you would be able to handle those 2 hours और जो 30-40% का जो मैं bracket आपको दे रहा हूँ apart from the academics, that would be strong. So just to share my a small incident, last year when I was writing the prelims examination, prelims MCQ होता है, and that's the first stage of UPSC exam. When I was writing it, जब मैं practice करता था, I used to get 120 marks, 130 marks. That means 20% higher than the cutoff. So I was very sure कि मेरा selection हो रहा है. My preparation was very good. But during the exam, I just the pressure was immense कि I could not hold myself well. I felt fearful, I felt pressured, I felt taken down. And because of that pressure, जहाँ पे मैं 120-130 बहुत आराम से लेके आता रहा, हर मॉक टेस्ट में लेके आया, in the actual examination I was only reduced to 100. A score which is like fence setting, हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता है. So this वहाँ पे preparation की कमी नहीं थी, वहाँ पे कमी थी pressure handling की. So the pressure handling thing which I'm telling you, that is very apt for students 11th, 10th and 12th who would be writing examination. So आप तैयारी, if you are preparing, prepare well. There is no substitute to that, to your hard work. But along with the hard work and the preparation, you need to focus on something else. That is how would you handle those 2 hours or those 3 hours. उस चीज पे भी do not just leave that. Do not ignore that. बहुत लोग उसे ignore कर देते हैं, thinking अरे वो तो हम देख लेंगे, वो तो हो जाएगा. But just I am giving a small bit of advice. जब आपको एग्जाम लिखे उससे पहले उस प्रेशर को एक बार फील कर लें, ताकि जब उस एग्जाम हॉल में जाए वो प्रेशर ऐसे नया लगे, that does not take you by surprise. So have that thing in mind. उस प्रेशर को हैंडल करने की एबिलिटी अपने डेवलप कीजिए. You have time, 11th में 10th में, you can develop that ability and just trust the process and trust yourself. You would be doing good, and hopefully when you have got such a good foundation, good base, those things are, मतलब ये जो मैंने बोला, I think these are all futile because आप सबका वैसे ही बेस बहुत strong बना हुआ है यहाँ पे LPS में आने के बाद. I'm just thankful to my teachers, Manoj sir, Nahid ma'am, Shilpa ma'am, and all the teachers who have taught me, whether directly or indirectly. And I'm thankful to this institution, to my alma mater, that because of the good foundation which was laid in the early years of mine, I have reached this stage. Thank you.
Question, you can ask question to sir, Mr. Vasu Jain. Question here, questions from your side. Yes.
Good morning, sir. I would like to ask you that, in your opinion, which stream would be the best if I would like to opt for IAS officer as my career?
See, for IAS, there is no one particular field, no one particular stream. Just take the stream on basis of the on basis of your interest, on basis of your inclination. Do not take any particular stream just because you think that would help me in future preparation. क्योंकि अगर आप एग्जामिनेशन की बात, इफ यू आर लिटिल बिट अवेयर ऑफ द एग्जामिनेशन, इट इज स्ट्रीम न्यूट्रल, whether you're from science, commerce or humanities background, that does not affect. उसमें क्या, but what will affect is that how do you perform in the initial years, how do you perform in your 12th preparation, because that will give you confidence. जितना आप अच्छा शुरू में परफॉर्म करोगे उतना ज़्यादा आपको बाद में कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा कि in 12th I was able to secure 96%, so why can't you, I was in top 10 percentile, why can't I repeat that, why can't I come in top 10 again during the examination. So just choose this stream wisely depending on your interest and not looking at a thing ki I want to prepare for civil service, because that is stream neutral. Secondly, some people have this opinion that humanities would help in civil services. History पढ़ लेंगे, geography पढ़ लेंगे, ये चीजें जो हमें बाद में पढ़नी पहले पढ़ लेंगे. That is true to some extent, but remember this, when you would be taking a call कि तैयारी शुरू करना है, you would be reading that again, and there is no substitute to that. You have to read that again though. Just because कि हम वो पहले पढ़ चुके हैं या हमने वो 12th में कर रखा है, उस बेसिस पे वो फायदा नहीं होगा. आपको दोबारा पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा. That you have to do. So choose a subject जिसमें आपका इंटरेस्ट हो, जिसमें आपको मजा आए, जिसमें आप अच्छा परफॉर्म करना है, ताकि आपका फाउंडेशन के जो मार्क्स है, 12th के जो स्कोर है, 11th के जो स्कोर है, वो अच्छे बने. And you are able to explore not just civil services but also other areas. So at this stage I would say do not restrict yourself to civil services. Keep a broad eye, क्योंकि कॉलेज तक जाने तक हमें अपॉर्चुनिटीज की इतनी नॉलेज नहीं होती है. तो अभी आप अपना होराइजन को लिमिट मत कीजिए. If you have that goal, if you have that thing in mind, keep that thing in mind. उसकी तरफ सोचिए, बट उस पे ही रेस्ट्रिक्ट मत कीजिए. Try to explore. स्कूल में हो पाए या कॉलेज में हो पाए तो एक्सप्लोर कीजिएगा.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. I would like to ask, how did you discover your passion for becoming a civil servant?
Thank you. See, about civil services, I was not knowing much, but मेरे को थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया था about IAS, about civil services by my mother. She used to tell me stories about different civil servants, IAS, कि वो क्या करते हैं, क्या उन्होंने करा है, थोड़ा बहुत उस तरीके से बहुत आइडिया था. But when I went to college, I saw the impact which a civil servant could create. I'll share an anecdote. I was in a committee of my university, and वहाँ पे we were trying to build a पाठशाला in a nearby village, ताकि वहाँ पे बच्चे आराम से पढ़ पाए. We were trying to get पाठशाला constructed. So for 2-3 months we tried. We approached different authorities. ओडा हुआ, अहमदाबाद हुआ, गांधीनगर हुआ, approached different authorities. नहीं हुआ 2-3 महीने तक. Then we came in contact with an IAS officer. We took this matter up, and within a week वहाँ पे construction शुरू हो गया. So that was the impact which a civil servant can create. कि एक जिस चीज में हमें 3 महीने लगे, वो एक हफ्ते में वो that person could get it done. So if I become a civil servant, मैं अपने डिसीजन से कितने लोगों की लाइफ को अफेक्ट कर पाऊंगा, कितने लोगों की लाइफ में चेंज ला पाऊंगा. एंड दैट वाज द थिंग व्हिच रियली पुश्ड मी इनटू सिविल सर्विस, कि ये बनना है, ये करना है, बिकॉज़ द इम्पैक्ट इज ह्यूज एंड नॉट जस्ट इन वन एरिया. सिर्फ एकेडमिक्स में आप नहीं करोगे, यू हैव टू डू इट इन डिफरेंट एरियाज. द डाइवर्सिटी ऑफ इम्पैक्ट विल बी ह्यूज. दैट वाज द थिंग व्हिच पुश्ड मी इनटू सिविल सर्विसेज.
Good morning, sir. So my question is, can you throw some light on Indian administrative services?
See, जैसे हमारे स्कूल के मनोज सर है ना, प्रिंसिपल सर हैं, उसी तरह तो मनोज सर क्या करते हैं, he will not teach you, बट पूरे स्कूल का कैसा काम चल रहा है, कौन कैसा कर रहा है, स्कूल का रिजल्ट कैसा आ रहा है, टीचर्स कैसा परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं, कहाँ पे हम एक्सपैंड कर सकते हैं, स्पोर्ट्स अपॉर्चुनिटी क्या क्या है, स्कूल के बाहर क्या क्या कंपटीशन हो रहे हैं, किस बच्चों को भेजना है. ही वुड बी इनडायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू ऑल दोस थिंग्स. सो इसी जैसे प्रिंसिपल सर आपको साथ डायरेक्टली नहीं पढ़ाएंगे, बट ही वुड बी टेकिंग चार्ज ऑफ मेनी वेरियस मैनेजमेंट एक्टिविटीज. सिमिलरली इन अ डिस्ट्रिक्ट यू वुड नॉट बी डीलिंग विद मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स डायरेक्टली, बट आपका जो डिसीजन होगा वो बाकी सब चीजों पे इम्पैक्ट करेगा. सो एज अ इंडियन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सर्विस ऑफिसर, you would be joining as SDM and later as collector, that is district magistrate. You would be taking decisions which would be affecting the whole district. कौन सी पॉलिसी कब इम्प्लीमेंट होगी, कौन सी पॉलिसी कैसे इम्प्लीमेंट होगी. जैसे एक बहुत छोटा एग्जांपल होगा, you must have heard about मिड डे मील, राइट. गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स में फ्री खाना मिलता है बच्चों को. सो वो खाना कैसा मिलेगा, कितने बजे कुक होगा, हु वुड कुक, क्या मेन्यू रहेगा, अगर मेन्यू में चेंज कराना है अकॉर्डिंग टू द नीड्स ऑफ द स्कूल एंड द स्टूडेंट्स, वो कैसे होगा. तो वो सारी चीजें एक IAS ऑफिसर इनडायरेक्टली डील करेगा for the whole district. So in the initial step that would be his primary role. Later on, after certain years, he would be joining the capital, the secretariat. So he would be joining the secretary, और वहाँ पे जो broad policies होती हैं related to different departments, जैसे कोविड के टाइम पे आपकी हेल्थ केयर पॉलिसी आई, different government schemes आई, so those are in the background drafted by different officers, IAS officer and specific stream officers. तो वहाँ पे फिर secretariat में as a policy making, as advisors वो रोल आता है. But शुरू में it is basically field posting, जहाँ पे district में you take decisions, you take charge of a district.
Good morning, sir. Sir, I would like to ask, what was your timetable during your preparations?
During civil service preparation या school preparation, school time preparation?
During your UPSC preparations.
I was not. I graduated in 2018, and for around 6 months I worked. Then I left my job, so I was not working for a substantive period of time. I was just preparing. तो अगर अब तक कुछ करने को होता नहीं था मेरे पास, सुबह उठो, go to temple, then start preparing, खाना खाओ, पढ़ो, शाम को खाना खाओ, पढ़ो. तो ये अपना टाइम टेबल होता था. So it is not about कि इतने घंटे पढ़ना है, but my timetable basically varied from what are the daily targets which I have set, daily, weekly and monthly targets. So suppose अगर I have to complete a certain book in 2 days, तो accordingly फिर वो उसके हिसाब से timetable vary होगा. अगर एक book मेरे को 1 महीने में complete करनी है तो उस हिसाब से vary होगा. So that would depend on the targets which I have set for myself.
Any other question? Yes.
What role school played in shaping you up for UPSC?
देखिए सर, सबसे पहला the first thing which the school helped me was to have a good foundational values, I would say. Because when you are preparing, जैसे अभी एक motivation song यहाँ पे चला ना, और आई, तो that was very apt. Because in preparation you would be facing various challenges, not just failures. Many students clear the exam in their first attempt, but challenges तो हर एक ने face करे ही होते हैं. Many a times you feel insecure, पता नहीं क्या होगा, it is a very uncertain thing. तो बहुत challenges आपको आएंगे, but at that time what keeps you motivated, keep you going, that would be your purpose, your values, those things. और जब you have the clarity of purpose, you have the trust in yourself, in your hard work and in the process, then वो चीजें overcome करना आसान हो जाता है. And because स्कूल में हमें वो चीजें सिखाई गई थी directly or indirectly, तो वो आसान हो गया. पहला the first thing was this. Second, the associations which you develop during the school time with the friends, with the teachers, that motivates you. वो जो एक आपका सर्कल बनता है स्कूल में, not just with the students but also with the teachers. So sometimes I used to connect with teachers of my school on Facebook, and that little bit conversation motivates you, keeps you going, because the teacher would always encourage you, would always say good things about you. And वो जो आपको push मिलता है from someone you respect, from someone you look up to, that even during the low times, that keeps you going. So in that way, the school, the institution helped me prepare, helped me keep moving forward in this journey.
Sir, I want to ask how you was able to manage the distractions which used to come in the path of the preparation.
Now this is very very relevant question. So distractions यहाँ पे 3 तरह के मैं बताऊँगा. So there are 3 major distractions which I am able to figure out. First is the social media distraction, social media and other media. Second would be the other commitments which you have, social obligations, whether family or friends. And third distraction would be जब खुद मन नहीं कर रहा है, when you just want to pass your time, you're not like अभी पढ़ने का मन नहीं है, अभी तैयारी नहीं करना है. So for social media, I regulated my social media. I am not saying I eliminated it, but I regulated it. So for me, I felt like WhatsApp is useless for me. कुछ काम, if there is something useful, the person would either call me or text me. Otherwise WhatsApp पे तो सब groups पे फालतू की बातें होती हैं. So I deleted WhatsApp, but I kept some social media handles. जहाँ पे I felt they are helpful in my preparation. Like Telegram पे there are various channels which are helping me. Twitter I kept, Quora I kept. So but जहाँ पे मेरे को लगा जहाँ पे noise बहुत ज़्यादा है, noise मतलब unwanted things, I deleted those handles. WhatsApp being first of them. Coming to the second distractions about the obligations, whether social, in friend circle or in relatives, that you need to be sure how are you going to manage them. Again, जैसे social media का बोला, you can't eliminate it, you have to regulate it. Same with the obligations, you need to regulate them. You can't go to each and every function. दोस्त को बाहर, दोस्त का बर्थडे है वो पार्टी दे रहा तो उसकी पार्टी में चलेगा. I have 50 friends. If I go in 50 parties, मतलब 50 days from 365 days. Plus उसके अलावा other commitments दोस्तों की, तो that I can't afford to lose. तो वो मेरे को वहाँ पे उन्हें I have to explain them, I need to tell them कि I'm preparing. So how you convince your friends, and if he's a good friend or if the relative is good, he would understand, he would know what is the priority, what is important. And if he's only a peripheral friend, he would be like तेरे पास टाइम नहीं, then he would be जो हम बोलते हैं टोंट मारना, those things would be there. That you need to regulate and prioritize कि किसको कहाँ पे टाइम देना है. You can't eliminate your friend circle, but don't just get distracted by them. वो regulate वहाँ पे करना होगा. And third is when you yourself don't want to, when you feel that कि अभी पढ़ाई नहीं हो रहा है, at that time watch some motivational video, read some good content. That thing, मतलब don't just waste time because you are not feeling like पढ़ना नहीं है, कुछ काम नहीं करना है. Utilize your time in any capacity whichever you can. If you are good at painting, so do painting. So sometimes I'm not a good painter, but painting करना अच्छा लगता था, so मैं sketching करने लगता था. So for me that was not a distraction, but that was a way of cherishing कि मैंने टारगेट अचीव कर लिया है और यूटिलाइजिंग माय टाइम व्हिच अदरवाइज वुड हैव बीन नॉट दैट फ्रूटफुल. सो इन दिस वे जो डिस्ट्रैक्शंस मेरे को लगे, आई यूज्ड टू मैनेज देम.
Good morning, sir. Was it your childhood dream to become an UPSC servant or not?
To tell you the truth, I was not knowing much about civil services. I had just जैसे मैंने अभी बताया कि my mother used to tell me certain things about civil servants. ये IAS officer ने ऐसा करा था, इस IAS officer से ऐसा पूछा गया था, he answered it in this way. So these memories were there, but I was not knowing IAS होता क्या है. I was not knowing UPSC क्या होता है. जब तक मैं कॉलेज नहीं गया मेरे को इसकी आइडिया नहीं था. तो वो तो नहीं, मैं नहीं बोलूँगा कि चाइल्डहुड ड्रीम था, बट चाइल्डहुड से ऐसा जरूर था कि I want to do something for the society. ये था कि if I am working for a organization, say private organization, then I don't want to give everything to the private organization because that is for profit. किसी की जेब भरने के लिए अपनी मेहनत नहीं करनी है. अगर उतनी मेहनत करनी है तो उससे किसी का भला होना चाहिए. So that thing was there in my mind, but civil services as such was not there since childhood. वो तो कॉलेज के बाद when I had those some incidents, वो तब डेवलप हुआ.
Any other question? Yes, anyone? Okay.
Sir, we have listened that you were in University of Gujarat in law. So how do you just jump over to law to IAS?
So I'll just add one more part to it. So I was a science student, and then from science I had science stream in 11th, 12th. From science I jumped to law, and from law I jumped to civil services. I'll explain both the transitions. So first, about from science to law, I would say this is a misconception which many people have in mind, that if we have taken science, then we would be becoming engineer or doctor, or if you want to become a lawyer, you have to take humanities. That is a biggest misconception about this law, legal profession or legal academics. Because अगर आप CLAT का रिजल्ट देखो, there have been I have been following CLAT since 2013 जब मैंने CLAT दिया था, and उसमें 8 बार 8 times exam has been conducted, and out of 8 times I know 4 times जब science background का topper रहा हो. So it is not about humanities. Humanities and law are not directly related. So that is a misconception which has been wrongly associated with this academic. So if someone from you is also aspiring to become a lawyer or legal profession, so don't just think कि because I don't have humanities तो मैं नहीं कर पाऊँगा. तो वो चीज़ वहाँ पे change होती है. Plus science and law becomes a very good combination. अगर आपने देखो forensic science, तो forensic science has direct utility in legal field. If you have heard about patents, IPR, intellectual property rights, that is again an amalgamation of science and law. So there are various new avenues which have not been explored much, जो कि आपके science and legal उससे open up होती है. Second, the transition I made from law to civil services. Now I was in law university, and at that time I made up my mind that I would be going for civil services. Now how legal education or law helped me in civil services, that had two major advantages. First, in preparation. So when I was preparing, we have to read civics or polity. तो वहाँ पे law helped me very much, क्योंकि law constitution में है. In constitution we are reading civics or polity only. तो वो हमारे एक तरीके से बहुत आसानी से cover हो गया था. Second, law जब हम पढ़ते हैं, तो law जब हम पढ़ रहे हैं, we are not just reading the bare text. हम उस जैसे यहाँ आप में से कई लोगों ने नहीं पढ़ा होगा, बट अगर आर्टिकल 21, if you must have heard of the Indian Constitution, that talks about right to life. So that is only one line article, that no person shall be deprived of his life and personal liberty except by the due procedure established by law. Only one line article, but on that one single line, 1,000 pages books has been written and by different authors. So एक लाइन के ऊपर आप हजार पेज की बुक कैसे लिखोगे? That is a depth which law has taught us. कि reading between the lines, reading behind the lines, interpretation. वही चीज़ आपको civil service में help होती है when you are reading any text. और when you are into service तो वो कैसे help होगा? When you are reading any policy. तो what kind of implication it will have? अगर मैं एक पॉलिसी को गलत इंटरप्रेट कर लूँ या गलत उसका एग्जीक्यूशन कर दूँ, तो उसका इम्प्लीकेशन क्या होगा? वहाँ पे लीगल लॉ जब आपने पढ़ा, तो वो जो आपने एप्टीट्यूड डेवलप करा रीडिंग बिहाइंड द लाइंस, हाउ डज ये, अगर आपको एक कोर्स मिल रहा है, एक कोर्स आपको फ्री में मिल रहा है और एक कोर्स के लिए आप 1 लाख रुपए पे कर रहे हो, आपके मन में क्या बनेगा? ये 1 लाख वाला ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा, राइट? व्हाई? ऑल्दो द कंटेंट माइट बी द सेम, बट 1 लाख वाला कोर्स अच्छा क्यों है? क्योंकि आपने उसके लिए 1 लाख रुपए दिया है. Similarly, the greater the price, the greater the sacrifice you pay for something, the greater the respect you have that for that achievement, whether it's character or not. And character कैसे build होगा? Character जैसे truth की ही बात हुई, सच बोलने की बात हुई, so there would be instances where you would be in a dilemma. How can I speak truth? मतलब you would be tempted to speak to tell a lie, but at that time it would be a courage, या फिर वो sacrifice बोलूँगा, sacrifice of opportunity cost, जो अगर आप झूठ बोलते तो आपको जो फायदा होता, you are sacrificing that benefit, that opportunity to tell the truth. But if you are able to do that, you will be in the long run, you would be able to appreciate the truth in forever. So sacrifices do play a very major role.
How did you manage to keep the consistency and motivation during your UPSC preparations?
So if I talk about my journey, I started in 2017 and in 2021 I got the results. So for 4 years I have been preparing for this examination. The biggest kick or I was able to keep myself going forward was the purpose. Why I want to become a civil servant, why I want to become a IAS officer. So जब तक आपके पास वो पर्पस नहीं होगा ना, whether it's about going into IIT, अगर आपको IIT से रिसर्च जाना क्योंकि हर कोई जाता है, that is not a purpose, that is a race, and in race you can run but you can't run for long. तो अगर आपको लंबा जाना है, दूर तक जाना है, you need to have that clarity in mind कि मेरे को करना क्यों है वो. क्योंकि चैलेंजेस तो हर रेस में आएंगे, चाहे वो एंट्रेंस का हो, चाहे आगे सिविल सर्विस का हो, या आगे करियर में कोई और बात आप लो, चैलेंज वहाँ पे आएंगे। बट आप कितना लंबा, कितना आगे तक जा पाओगे, वो डिपेंड करेगा आप अपने आप को कितना आंसर कर पा रहे हो। बिकॉज जब भी चैलेंज आएगा, यू विल बी आस्किंग योरसेल्फ, मैं कर क्यों रहा हूँ ये, why am I investing so much into one particular field? So if you have that answer of why, you would be able to secure that, you would be able to sail through that thing. So having a purpose, clarity of purpose is very important before going into any endeavor, may it be your dream college or civil services or any other thing at whatever stage in life you are pursuing.
Anybody else wants to ask a question?
It was a wonderful interaction with Mr. Vasu Jain. He has shared his whole life experiences to you, and I think how many are inspired to become IAS officer now? How many of you are inspired to become IAS officer or any other good field you want to join? Okay. So today, that's why we have called Mr. Vasu Jain, to inspire you to become IAS officer. You can do a lot for the country when you become IAS officer, because policies are being implemented by the bureaucrats. They make the policies of the nation, and they can bring a lot of change in the society as well as the nation. We are very thankful and for his beautiful and wonderful words, and his pearl of wisdom has really given a thought to become choose a appropriate career in our life. And I now invite for vote of thanks, and first we'll invite Mr. Naveen sir.
Sir is not there.
Okay.
No, नहीं sir. Sir, token of love. This is a token of love from the school side to Vasu Jain and his parents and his family. I request sir to please hand over this on. Yes. Please. Now I request Srishti to please propose a vote of thanks.
On the behalf of Lovely Public Senior Secondary School, I would like to propose a vote of thanks to Mr. Vasu Jain, who has given us an enriching session on his journey to become an IAS officer and how to prepare for civil services. It was a very knowledgeable session and will help all of us to accomplish our goals. I extend my thanks to Dr. Manoj sir for organizing such gatherings which help us to meet our illustrious seniors. Lastly, I would thank the music department for wonderful welcome and all the staff for putting this event together. Thank you to all. Get ready for Shanti Bhatt.